the problem with the recruitment is that if recruitment is not following the same assumptions, so in the tech recruitment, we are not like asking people to, let's say, do these things that we want them to do, but instead of that, we ask them to resolve problems were like already resolved for like, hundreds of years, I would say. That's the problem, because then our recruitment process is not reflecting the reality, which means it's wrong. And like some examples of such, like I would call it old school or like classical or wrong recruitment process or screening processes are like often used by very big companies. So assuming that right now you're applying to Facebook and you want to like work for Facebook as a software developer, even after all layoffs, etc. So how you would prepare yourself for such an interview?
Yeah, so it's not really a mystery to any of you that the recruitment processes, especially to large companies, are somewhat well known, and even for smaller companies, they often just copycat whatever the large ones are doing. So let me just walk you through how a typical developer or a lazy developer or not skilled enough developer can bypass all the mechanisms you have for pre-screening, screening, and recruiting. So let's say you're applying to, I don't know, Facebook. I was taking these screenshots earlier today, and I just Googled for Facebook software engineer interview questions, 72 million results. That is to be expected. I'm just clicking on the first one because, well, whatever, and going through it. So let's move on. And yeah, this is the website. Scrolling a bit of SEO garbage, and then I get into the actual question. Given an array of blah, 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 let's assume I'm not a developer and I have no idea what it says. Because it really makes no difference. It's a fairly standard algorithmic question. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's something that I would expect from Google. There are actually like a few dozens of other questions here, so I'm just picking the first one. And what I do, assuming that I have absolutely no idea what they're asking me for, it sounds like Chinese to me. Well, I go to ChatGPT and I just copy paste this. And here's what I actually cut the introduction that ChatGPT gave me because it was actually explaining to me in plain English what the solution should be. So what kind of algorithm should I use, how it works, and so on and so forth. I just cut it to fit on the screen. And what it gave me in the end is the actual solution. And let's assume I know nothing about programming. It actually gave me a solution in Python. If we need a solution in different language, I could just clarify that. But it gave me a piece of code. And the funny part is that not only this piece of code was fairly well explained by ChatGPT, it's actually correct and it's optimal. It also gives me what you see at the bottom. It says something about complexity or the time complexity, space complexity, whatever. Even if I don't know what it means, I'm pretty sure that every recruiter in Facebook will ask me that question. What is the time complexity? What is the space complexity of the algorithm? And guess what? Voila, it's already there. So in this case, because the ChatGPT was given a fairly standard task, it managed to give me a solution. But the point is that it's not as straightforward as simply copy pasting the solution from the internet, because this is something that you can find in the internet. So chances are this is just a copy of some solution found somewhere. So there's nothing fancy here. However, if I asked the ChatGPT to translate it to a different language, because I'm applying not for a Python developer but for a C# developer, it would do it flawlessly. At least that's what I would hope. If they slightly changed the text of this program so that there's like a different scenario, different conditions, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT would work as well. So it's not just copying whatever it found on the internet. There is a little bit of intelligence here. So I have to be clear with that.